leaders that report to you that aren't able to make any of the meetings I've scheduled, please make sure that they get this message because they need to be aware of it. So, as some of you may have seen come through your email over the last couple weeks, you've seen some random test emails from Warehouse Excellence for attendance. Um, we are going to be kicking off a new process for tracking attendance. I know you guys are all super sad to hear, but we are getting rid of the call-in line. I, for one, am quite excited about it because I'm tired of transcribing voicemails for hours and hours on end. So this is going to be a really exciting new process. It's going to be very simple, very easy, and it's going to be much more accurate. We can look at the data. We can see how many people have called in, how many times. It's going to be a lot easier to track points. So this is going to be a much simpler process than what we currently have. And I'm very excited about it. So today I'm going to tell you about the process. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you what your responsibility will be in this and how we intend on communicating this out to all of our associates. First, let me pause there. Does anybody have any questions before I get started? And you could take this time to say, yay, that's fine too.
Yay!
Woohoo, there we go. All right.
Good for you, Shannon.
Thanks. Yes, I'm very excited. It is the bane of my existence, that call-in line, let me tell you. Um, so what is going to happen now is we are utilizing Microsoft Forms to track our attendance, call-ins, and tardies. We are going to be utilizing this as a new process that will automatically take that information and put it into a spreadsheet for us to be able to utilize and see. And it's also communicating to each and every one of you. So as I said, you've probably seen the test emails come through. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you kind of how this process works. So I will send this link out to everybody just so you have it. So there is a a Microsoft Forms that will look like this. You can utilize this through a QR code or through a website. I will show you that here in just a minute. But the way that this process works is very simple. It's very easy for our associates to use. So all they do on their phone is they will scan that QR code and they will see a form that looks just like this. It looks exactly the same on mobile as it does here on the computer. So they would type their name, they would select the location that they work at, and each location is tied to a leadership group email. So anybody that is part of this distribution email will receive an email indicating that that person has called in or marked themselves tardy. So we will use Plainfield North as an example. I am on every one of these distribution lists, so I will get them as well. So I have record of those as well. So they will just select their location. And then it's going to ask if they are for an agency employee an agency associate or Robinson employee. We are going to ask the agency employees to utilize this. That is different than the way it is currently, but we think it's important from a staffing perspective to know if our agency employees are coming in. And it also helps us to decide if we want to convert somebody. It helps us maintain their attendance and see if they're really, eligible to convert from a performance perspective. So if they select if they select employee, it's going to request their 7-letter. We did this not only to kind of create some security behind it because not everybody's going to know another person's 7-letter, but also for those that have the same name. So, like a Jose Rodriguez, or we have a, Maria in Dallas. There's two that have the exact same names. This is going to allow us to differentiate who it is that actually reported their absence or tardy. So they're going to put in their 7-letter, and then they're going to put in their supervisor. I'm just going to pick on Brandy. And it says, are you reporting late or absent? So we'll say that they're going to be absent. And then they're going to indicate what day they're going to be absent for. So this is just a drop-down box. Say I'm going to be absent for tomorrow, and I'm just going to put test. So that's all they have to do. Now what will happen, and before I hit submit, if they select staffing agency, it's going to ask for their staffing agency. Same thing will stay here. And then for late, they just select late or absent, and so on and so forth. So that's the only thing that's going to differentiate these two is if they say employee, it's going to ask for a 7-letter. If it's staffing agency, it's going to ask for who their agency is. So I'll keep that as employee, and we're going to hit submit. And it's going to say thank you. And then you will see here in just a moment that I will receive an email, and anybody in Plainfield North, you're going to receive an email that's going to pop up that probably says test on it. And that is going to alert you as the supervisor, everybody in that building, that someone has called in and reported themselves absent. Questions with the form itself for the employees and agency workers. You will see that the email came through. It looks just like this. So this is what you will see. Any questions on that one, on that piece? Okay, great. So what's really cool about that is once they have submitted their response, we have also set up a tracker. So this tracker is also in a SharePoint. It's called the attendance tracker. So you will click the log, and it's going to automatically add that call in right here. And we can utilize this information to be able to filter it, to be able to, look at data, count absences, tardies, all of that information is all going to be tracked here for you. Any questions or feedback on that?
Yeah, Shannon. So for this attendance tracker, all
Yeah.
sites are going to have access to
Yes.
this tracker.
Yes.
And then what about the point system? Is that something that HR is going to monitor, or are the individual sites going to monitor that?
Yeah, so I will continue to monitor the points. I will utilize this particular tracker here to be able to add the points. We have not simplified the point process just yet. We're working on this for now. We're taking one small baby step at a time. So I will go in either each day or weekly, whatever, I'll probably daily, and I will add up the points for individuals and then just put them on the tracker itself, on the points tracker.
Okay, and I assume you're going to send us the link for all of this, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you guys, for the warehouse excellence, you guys should all have access to already. At least I believe you should. So if you don't, obviously let me know and I can let Aaron know. But the warehouse excellence SharePoint, you all should have access to. And I know we have a few new leaders that may not have access to it yet, but we can obviously get them access. Any other questions?
Yeah, Shannon, I've got a quick question. So for any points that they have accrued prior to the rollout of this, will we just look at the old tracker, or how do we need to kind of merge them?
I'm going to utilize the same tracker that we currently have in place. So their previous points will still remain. Okay. The only thing that's going to be different is how they report their absence.
Got it. Thank you.
And I know that, you guys have been hearing that there's an issue with the call-in line of being the voicemail's full. I've been working with IT to get it fixed, but we're also going to be deprecating the call-in line. So, if you notice that somebody's absent, you can just send me an email and I can, or if you want to, fill out this new form, you can do that too, just so we have log of it. Either way is fine. But I've been trying to get that fixed, but hopefully I can get that resolved as quickly as possible.
Hey, Shannon, another question for you. So just to be clear, the expectation is for the employees to fill out the Microsoft form, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so what if an employee doesn't fill out that form and they're absent? Do we treat that as a no-call, no-show?
You are a perfect segue into my next portion. Yes. And the best part about this is we have also created a forum for you leaders to report a no-call, no-show. So that one is here, and this has security behind it that only this can only be done from a network computer. So like an hourly associate can't put a no call, no show in for someone if they're not on site, that sort of thing. So we do have some securities in place. So this is going to be for you guys to fill out for someone that no call, no shows. So if you see them, you don't see that they've called in, you would fill out this form. So you would put the associate's first name, last name, their location, they're an employee, what is their 7 letter, the date that they no called, no showed, and if they gave you a reason or anything, like you don't have one, and this is going to act exactly like the other submission form did. It will email the entire group and it will also put it on this tracker. And it will show up. Go back and refresh. So you will
Hey,
see
Shannon.
it here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there a certain time limit they have during the day in order to put in that absenteeism? Are
Yes.
they gonna have till midnight or
No.
what time?
The timing does not change based off the attendance policy. So they need to report their absence or tardy within 30 minutes of their shift starting.
Okay.
So you'll see this
So-
email come through. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Shannon.
Mhm.
So what happens if they don't? So they, the attendance policy says, okay, within 30 minutes of their scheduled shift, let's say they report it 6 hours late.
There
How
are
do
no
we
call,
treat
no
that?
show. There are
Oh,
no
it's still
call,
a
no
no call,
show.
no show?
Yep, just as they would be today.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, so then you would receive an email, looks very similar to the other one, only this one it says no call, no show on so-and-so for, this particular person. And then you should see it's pulled up. Yeah. Not showing it, but that's fine. So you'll see one as one already submitted here. So you'll see that it says no call, no show right here. And it shows me who submitted it. Any
I have another
questions?
question for you, Shannon.
Sure.
Contingent staffing.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong on this, but I don't believe we've ever formalized a policy for contingent staff. And historically, the thresholds for contingent staff versus company employees it's always set lower. Have we made a determination as to what kind of policy we're going to follow with contingent staff?
Ultimately, we would like them to follow the same attendance policy that we currently have. I do understand your point that they should not be getting 12 absences before, ending their assignment. We don't have an official policy as far as what that looks like. We haven't developed that. I would say maintain the same standard that you're using. This is more to track accurately their attendance.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I may have missed it, but where did you say the associates would get the QR code to scan?
Yep. Boy, you guys are segueing my calls just beautifully. I love it.
Uh-huh.
So, the way that we are going to roll this out, so I will give you a little bit of change management here. First thing that we're going to do is next week, I am going to, starting on Monday of next week, I am going to change the outgoing voicemail on the call-in line that indicates that effective the 23rd of September, the call-in line will be no longer active. So this is going to be fully rolled out on the 23rd. So hopefully that will give folks time to learn and understand the new process. That will give you folks as leaders time to communicate it out. There is a QR code flyer that I'm going to send all of you that you can print out. You can post all over the warehouse, whatever you need to do. I'm going to put it up on the screens. And then I have also printed, and I will slide this over. So I have also had printed stickers that look just like this, that they can peel and stick to their badge. So they are small enough that they can stick directly to the back of their badge. It should not interrupt any clock in option, abilities, getting in and out of the building, anything of that nature. But they have the ability to just peel and stick, and they will stick this directly to their badge. That way they always have it, provided they always have their badge, which they should, that they could just look at, scan the QR code. I also put the link here for anybody that doesn't have a camera phone. They can just type in, this direct link for them to be able to go in, and this will take them, feel free to try it right now. You could take your phone out and you can scan the screen right now, and it will take you directly to the form that they would fill out to report their absence or tardy. And I am going to FedEx stickers to each location. My hope is that you have them all by the end of this week or Monday, at the very latest. And then you can start handing them out, distributing them to all of your associates. I'm also going to be meeting with the agencies in partnership with Monument for them to be able to communicate to them directly that we are going to have this expectation of the associates going forward as of the 23rd. And that, that's going to be our expectation. So when they're bringing on new talent, that they can communicate that out to them as well. Questions on that process?
Shannon, can these forms be completed via phone?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because the question that I was going to ask, I'm sure it's going to pop up, but the employees that don't have access to technology, right? How are they going to call out?
They don't have a phone at all, or a computer at home, or
so computer is more probable that they don't have it. I can't imagine anyone nowadays doesn't have a smartphone, but I'm sure someone's going to prove me wrong. I just wanted to know what to do if we encounter that situation. So should I just touch base with you?
Yeah, if you guys have a random person that says, I don't have a phone, access to internet, anything of that nature, please let me know. I guess we'll figure out a way. But I would be surprised if they at least don't have some type of phone that has internet access, or a library or something that they would be able to communicate.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. Okay, so I will be sending out emails, obviously, with all of this information for you guys, and I will be sending out the FedEx with the stickers. The stickers are very easy to, my camera is broke on my computer, so I'm very blurry, but I will try to show you as best as I can. Okay, can everybody see that okay? That's really blurry. I have a nice little crack. It gives me a nice little glow. Like I'm very angelic. So they look like this. So if you take my badge off here. So if you hold it up to a badge, it will fit right there on the badge. And it's just a peel and stick. So it's really easy to stick on there. It also has protective layer on there to where it will not fade in the sun. So if they leave their badge in their car or anything like that, it won't fade. And I've also, with the vendor, they're supposed to be getting me some business cards too, so we can just set those around the warehouse for people to just grab, so they can utilize that as well. They haven't come in the mail yet, so I figured I'd pass out the stickers ahead of time. One ask that I do have of you guys is, can you send me a good head count for your location so I can send enough, plus additional for your location? I don't want to run out too quickly. I think they come in packs of 500 like this. So I just want to make sure that I'm sending enough to you, or, I have enough to go around to distribute to each location. So if you could just ping me a quick, yeah, this is how many people we have, just so I can, and the GMs can do that. That's fine. So I make sure that I'm sending out enough to you guys. But I hope you guys are excited about this process as I am. I'm I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's a major process improvement for us. You know, this has been a very manual process. So I'm looking forward to it. Hunter, you have a question?
Yeah, just real quick, touch base. Is this something you're going to want us to put on their cards for orientation as well?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll need a bunch of extras for the locations that do the orientations.
Yes. Yeah, because this will be for everyone going, you know, going forward. So when, you know, you have new people coming in, provided day labor, obviously, we're not including them because they're only here for a couple of days, but they're going to be long-term contingent workers. Yes, we want them to have one of these cards, these stickers.
Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
If we're looking to ensure this tracker is up to date, so Shannon, as you're aware, we're already tracking attendance.
Yes.
Do you recommend that we start filling out this form to get everything caught up with all the attendance issues that we've notated here? Or how would you like for Carson to align current state with future state?
I don't think, I mean, I wouldn't want you guys, I wouldn't want you guys to sit there and fill out this form, you know, 150 times, you know, over and over again. But, you know, if you want to, you know, kind of cut and paste the information into the tracker, you can do that. Or you can just keep it separate and just know that that's the old and the new, and then we'll maintain off that, you know, temporarily until that time's out, basically.
Okay.
Because that's probably what I'm going to do with the current attendance tracker, is just kind of maintain old and new. And if I have to look up historical data from prior to the 23rd of, you know, September, I'll just look at the old tracker.
Okay.
Any other questions? Good questions, guys. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I will let you guys go. I appreciate you taking a few minutes. I will send out all of this information to you and the FedExes with the stickers. Thank you, Stephen, for sending me your amount. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of your questions and being engaged. And I hope you guys find this a much more simplified process than what we currently have. So I do appreciate it. We will talk to you all soon.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon.